Hello, my name is Sally DeMarco and I'm the author of a textbook called Draping Basics, which was produced by Fairchild Publications. The book is used in many schools and universities, colleges, and even high schools that teach fashion design in the United States and abroad. I'm going to be teaching a workshop called Draping Basics for the SEW BROMO organization. It's a textbook about the process of creating patterns on a dress form by using measurements. First of all, by using fabric and measurements and cutting and pinning, you can create a pattern that will, if the dress form is your size, it will be able to fit you. If not, the dress form can be amended to simulate your body contours. This was created just by taking about a yard of gingham. We're using gingham. Traditionally, we use muslin in draping, but I decided to use gingham as we did when in Europe, because you can see the grain line, and if you're a beginner, that's very important so that you don't throw off the grain of the fabric. And once you become proficient, you can certainly use muslin. So anyway, this is gingham fabric, and it was about a yard's worth that I used to do the bodice and the skirt, and this is called the foundation drape. And by cutting, measuring the fabric, cutting it on the dress form and pinning, we put in the darts, a bust line dart, a waistline dart. We cut around the neckline, and once this particular garment is draped on the form, we can take it off the form, lay it on fabric, and here's a sleeve that I had draped, and it becomes an actual paper pattern that you can use to make clothing. You can also, if you know the flat pattern method, you can take the paper pattern, manipulate it to produce other designs for you. This fitted sleeve can be turned into a full sleeve, into a bell sleeve, a short sleeve, a longer sleeve, so any type of sleeve. But that's the flat pattern method. This is draping, where we actually create the patterns on the dress form, and we do, in fact, even drape the sleeve, and as you can see, the sleeve swings to the front. Some patterns, if they're not done correctly, the sleeve will go straight or go backwards. This is swinging just like your body. A sleeve has to swing forward and go with your body. So this was draped, and in my textbook, it's the only textbook that covers draping a sleeve. For the course that we'll be doing for SEW BROMO, we're going to drape the foundation bodice, the foundation skirt, both front and back. If we have time in the workshop, we'll do a sleeve, or we can do another workshop further down the road, and we can drape the sleeve, which is done by draping the cap and then drafting using a set of measurements on paper to come up with the bottom of the sleeve. And that's basically what draping is about. Once I transfer this garment to a piece of paper, I add seam allowances. I true the lines, which means some of the lines might be a little bit skewed because we're working from fabric onto paper. So I make them using different rulers and curve rulers. We true the lines and fix all those. We add seam allowance, and then you can use that paper pattern to make a fitted garment like this. This, by sewing it at the waist, can become a dress, or you can make a blouse and a top. But if you know the flat pattern method, you can take this foundation garment and change it and manipulate it to become lots of designs. We can turn this into a gathered skirt, a flared skirt, shorter, longer, and there's many, many more designs. But that's the flat pattern method. The draping method all happens on the dress form. And that's a little bit about the draping. There's different tools that, if we go over here to the table, that we use when we true the lines after you drape it. We have hip curves. This little gadget is a number 16 French curve, and there are similar curves out in the industry or in the art industry, but they're not like this. This makes the best armholes, will give you the best armholes and best necklines. So you have to remember, when you're draping, you're creating your own armholes and necklines. They're not there for you because, as I mentioned, you're working from just a couple yards of fabric, and we use gingham, different colors of gingham, usually in a light color because you want to be able to see through it, because sometimes we put different We black out different lines on the dress form so that you can see through, and you can also see the different lines of the form where your darts are going to be placed. This is a princess line. That's a guide to where the dart placement should be on your garment, and darts are give you a better fit to a garment, and the best fit you can possibly have is a garment with a seam at the waist. One-piece garments can have one long fisheye dart, but you're not going to get 100% fit at the waist. The only way you can do that is if you seam your garment. So these are some of the little things that we're going to be covering in the workshop. Again, it's called Draping Basics, and I hope you will join me.